Guys, remember me? I used to be on YouTube. I sound like a man, but honestly, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. Sorry while I try and fix this a little bit. It's been 3 weeks since I've had a video out, and I've missed you guys. I hope you've missed me too. I don't normally sound like this. If you're new here, hello, I'm Jenny. I love all things crochet and yarn. I have been under the weather, although for the most part I haven't felt unwell. I just had no voice, so it made it incredibly difficult to be able to put out a video to you. So my apologies. Having said that, I've still been crocheting. Now I don't have a microphone, so sorry. I really hope that you're going to be able to hear and understand me for this video. Now I have a lot to show you. Some of it I still have, so I can show you in person, and the rest I will be popping up photos or a video because I've either sold it or I've taken it down to the collective. But anyway, brace yourself, get a work in progress, get a drink, and let's catch up. Now, I almost feel like I just don't know where to start, because I had started making a vlog or recording a vlog for what would have been a fortnight ago's video. And then, you know, the voice thing happened. And so I just feel like I've just scrapped what I had done and I'm just starting again. So I'm going to show you pictures of some of the things that I had made in that week. We are going to start with this gorgeous little duck in a floaty. You probably have seen it before. It's a Crochet Grove pattern. Annabelle has amazing patterns. And I've enjoyed seeing other people make this duck. So I figured, why not? I need to make it as well. So I did purchase that pattern along with numerous other ones. I also purchased the pack for the different floaties. So down the track, I can make other ones as well. But for this one, I just decided to go with the frog, and it turned out so adorable. I really love it. I did decide to take this down to the collective. Now, I was down there yesterday, I believe, and it hasn't sold, but that's totally okay. I'm going to pop it back in my Etsy shop if it doesn't sell, so that is okay. But I really, really enjoyed that pattern, and you know, I've said before, I just really, really enjoy Crochet Grove patterns. So I loved that one. Now, speaking of the collective, I guess it's a good time to mention it. There's changes. There's changes happening there. I've been there probably about 7 months now, and I've really enjoyed it. I had paid for another, the next 6 months. But unfortunately, for personal reasons, the owner needs to close up and move on. So that actually has its last day of trading the next Saturday, which is the 7th of November. So my time there is coming to an end. But, and, as they say, when one door closes, usually another one opens. And whilst it's not set in concrete yet, it's not 100% certain, but it's looking like there's going to be another opportunity at a new venue with one of my vendor friends is hopefully setting up. So watch this space. We will see. But for now, we finish up on Saturday, and then we're just going to see what happens. For the meantime, though, I'm just going to continue to make. And if the other one doesn't turn out, I'm just going to have a lot of inventory, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, that's that story. But for now, I did my final top up down at the collective. And so the other things that I took down there were was another koala in overalls. This is the free Instagram pattern. I've made it many a time. I will have the designer's name on screen here. And this was, I guess, a bit of a custom request from the owner. So I took that down to her. I also did another 2 drift octopus. I did one in the orange, this is a Millen's, I think it's a Bernat Mystical. So I did that one. And then I did another in the beautiful blue-green Spotlight Valuable range as well. So I took those 2 down. And then this other drift I had made a little while ago, I had used safety eyes. I'd put them in the wrong spot and it just didn't look right to me. So it took quite a while to get these safety eyes out. However, I was able to get them out without damaging the plushie. And then I just embroidered some eyes on. So I did that as well. And then I took that down to the collective as well. Now, some other makes that, now I've had these patterns for some time. It's the All From Jade swing animals. Now, she does have a few different collections, I suppose. This was the aquatic animals. So I made 2 of these seal. They just turned out so adorable. You can have the seal sitting or more standing. I did the sitting version, which I just think turned out so sweet. I also did 2 mallards and I did 2 penguins as well. Now, I think at this point, none of them have sold, which even the owner was a bit surprised because she thought they'd go very quickly. But at this time, none of them have sold. But again, that's totally okay. With that pattern, I really enjoyed all of those patterns. They're quick. One thing I do slightly different, I add an extra round to the swing so that it is a little bit wider. And I also slip stitch, single crochet. I can't remember. I also do I think it's 1 round of single crochet. It's either that or slip stitch around just to kind of finish it off a little bit more as well. But other than that, love the patterns. They do turn out really well. And speaking of swings, I also did 2 of the, it's the free pattern, it's the Crochet with Bay Ghost. And I put them on swings as well, just the same swing pattern that I used for the other swing animals. Now, interestingly, not much of the Halloween stuff has sold at the shop at all. Like, I'm going to end up having that, I think, until next year, but that's okay. And I'm also glad I didn't really go overboard. I took all of the things that I had made for my Halloween roundup video. So I didn't go out of my way to make things for Halloween, but I just sort of took down what I had. I think really the only things that have sold have probably been the ghosts. I haven't even sold my little demigorgons, which is a bit surprising, but anyway. Now, recently you may recall that I pattern tested for Kelly at Porgy's Place. It was the Christmas critters. I took down Santa, Mrs. Claus, a Rudolph, an elf, and one more thing. And the Grinch in the Santa hat. Now, the Santa actually sold within 30 minutes of me taking him down there. I was also told that that Mrs. Claus sold, and so I didn't make another Mrs. Claus, but I did make another Santa and take him down. And Rudolph also sold. So I made an extra Rudolph, and then I made the snowman. And so I took him down yesterday, as usual with the Porgy's Place patterns. So quick, so easy, and so adorable. So I was really happy with those. My final top-ups for the collective were 2 more sitting bees. It's the free pattern, the Instagram pattern by Fammy Crochets. those sitting bees have always done super well in my time at the collective, as well as just the pill-shaped bees. Anything bees, whether it's just been solo or on a keychain, they've always done super well. I also made 3 more of the cats in beds, a Porgy's Place pattern as well. So I did 3 different colour combinations, and I did 3 more of the little dogs in blankets. That is a Plushico pattern. Again, and I know that at least one of those has sold already. They do take a little bit of time, but I'm quite happy with the money that I get for them for the time that they take. Now, the final 2 things that I took down to the collective were a Cinder the Dragon. This is a pattern by the Crochet Carpenter. I did test this for him earlier in the year. I made this one out of the Aldi baby yarn, and it's a really fairly quick pattern. It's one of the finger puppet range, although you can actually make it not as a finger puppet, just as a plushie, and that's what I normally do. So I took down 1 cinder, and finally this gorgeous mermaid. Now this is a pattern by Madeline Mako. I'd actually had this pattern for ages, and then I saw Karen from Yarn and Whimsy here on YouTube. She made the pattern recently in one of her roundup videos. If you're not already following Karen, go and follow her. I love watching her videos. She does so many different roundup ones, and which is probably not good because it just makes me want to buy more patterns, but you need to go check her out if you're not already following her. Anyway, Karen made the mermaid, and I was like, I've got that pattern. I'm going to make it. So I did. Really happy with how it turned out. It is very quick. I used Premier Basics chenille for the mermaid. Now, when it got to the hair, I don't know if it's just me. Now, Karen had mentioned in the video, and Madeline Mako does say in the pattern that because the hair, the way she has it, she used, I think, Parfait Chunky in it. It tends to curl a little bit, which looks really good. Now, she does state that different yarn may not work like that. And I was okay with that, but I don't know what I was doing wrong, but the hair just wasn't working for me like that. So I decided to just do the old cut lengths of yarn and attach it, into each stitch. I kind of regretted that fairly early on because there was a lot of attaching that needed to be done. I used some of my, I cannot remember the name of the brand, but it's this gorgeous, fluffy, it's got a lot of texture to it. And I used that, and I also mixed it up with a couple of other different types as well. So there's definitely a lot of texture. I decided to leave a little bit, because as you can see, I've put it in a ponytail. It's tied very securely with a double bow, and then I think I did an extra one as well. So it's not, well, hopefully not coming undone. But at the back, because it was quite thick, I did leave an area. So she's got a bit of a bald patch at the back. So as long as no one undoes that, but I just couldn't add any more in because it was just going to be way too thick. So anyway, she turned out great. She shed a little bit initially just because of the nature of this yarn, but once the main stuff comes off, it's okay. So look, I'm really happy with her. I do think she looks adorable. She's very soft because of the chenille that I used, and I love her. So thanks, Karen, for pushing me over the edge on that one. Now, I sincerely hope that you're still able to hear me. The voice thing is a thing, and obviously talking a lot is not ideal. But I really want to get this video out. I'm also going away on a cruise on Saturday, and so there'll be no video next week. So extra reason why I need to get this one out. Now, speaking of yarn, I was recently approached by a lovely, lovely man at Kado in regards to asking me if I would like to test out one of their I-cord makers. Now, knowing that I probably wouldn't use it, I responded and I said, oh, thank you, but no thanks. I did mention that because I'm aware that they have electric yarn winders, so I said, look, I'd be more than happy to test one of those out. And so he kindly offered to send me one. Well, he offered to send me two actually, but one is enough. So I graciously accepted that. And what I was sent is this, because it needed to ship to Australia. So I was sent this electric yarn winder. Now the brand is Et Kokai. It is a sub-brand of Kado. And guys, I have to tell you, I really, really like it. Now, initially I had filmed an unboxing and whatever. That was pre The Voice. But yeah, in an effort to hopefully not have this video all over the place, I'm just going to speak to you about it again. Now, it comes, there's one little section you need to screw in, which is the part that actually helps attach it to a table or whatever you're attaching it to. It comes with this little toolkit, a very handy little cute screwdriver, extra screws if you need them, but you screw that in and it's ready to go. You've got your instructions, which come with a barcode so that you can just scan that and it'll just show you exactly how to do it. But I have to say, I don't know why I thought it would be complicated. It's not. It's not complicated at all. I'm going to give you a very quick run through. I will show you it caking. Now this one does mention that it does yarn up to, I think it's 8 millimeters. So the very first yarn that I wound was one of these, and honestly it worked, an absolute treat. I didn't need to use, I just literally set it up, turned the dial and off it went. I later wound something a little bit thinner, and I did notice that you do need to use your finger just to kind of help it stay under the little springs, because that is what gives the tension, and you need tension in order to have a nice tighter wind, if that makes any sense at all. But I'm just going to quickly show you now, and then we'll chat just a little bit more about them. Okay, so I have it attached to my table here. I also have the cord plugged into my laptop, and that is the power source. If you don't have a laptop, you could plug this into a jack and into like a wall socket, but that's all you need. It's so easy. It's so easy to use. Let me just shift you down a little bit. Okay, hopefully you can see here okay. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to use. So I've just got some of the Premier Basics Chenille. I'm just going to feed it through the bottom. We then need to go through both of these springs, and that just helps with the tension. Because they're so light, it does often pop out from under here, but it doesn't seem to matter as much with the thicker yarn. But anyway, turn the dial, and that's it. So at the moment we're not going under the springs, but if you get a little knot like that, you literally turn it off until you sort it out, and then you go again. Now this is winding okay, even without going under those tension springs. It's winding fine. And what I have found is that with a thicker yarn, that's okay. it's with the thinner, so I guess your Parfait Chunky, your Zaddy Crafts, yarns like that, that's when it's probably more important that it sits under those tension springs. Just speed her up a little for you. Done. Now, this could be a little bit tighter, but that's just because I didn't ensure that it stayed under there. Now, you will see I do have a manual winder, and that's been good, but the handle is, I think, on its way out. So I'm very, very happy to have this because, I mean, not only can I use both, but I don't know how much longer that one's going to be with me. So we've done that one. I will just quickly show you on a thinner. This is a little bit thinner. Okay, so with this one, I'm just keeping my finger there to make sure that that spring does stay on top of the yarn, and that just does help with the tightness of the wind, I guess. But honestly, it's just so incredibly easy, and it makes life easy. So if you love to have your yarn caked, not only is it very aesthetically pleasing, it does make a centre pull really easy to use as well. There we go, done. So easy. So thank you again to Kato and Ray in particular for reaching out to me. I'm very, very happy to endorse this winder. Now, it is an affiliate link. If you choose to go ahead and purchase one, I'm going to earn a very small commission, but absolutely zero pressure. But they have kindly also given me a 20% discount code for you guys. I will have that code on the screen as well as linked in the description. There is links for Amazon Australia, Amazon UK, and also US. So if you're interested in checking out that yarn winder, I personally love it. So there we go. Now, all this while, we have still had Crochet Roulette running in the background as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do my video to show you in person my make for the, I think it was week 7. I've lost track of the weeks, but it was for our enchanted creature and the colour teal. No, is what I used, teal. Turquoise. It was turquoise. Anyway, I did make Darth the Dragon, which is one of the Sploot series from Shannon at Snuggle Beans Crochet. I'll have a picture and perhaps a video in here for you. It turned out so well. I used one of my pairs of eyes from Kayla, the girl who knots, in the colour Candy Crush. They were just perfect. The purple and the tealy colour just worked so well together, and the Candy Crush eyes had little flecks of all different colours throughout it, so it just looked absolutely adorable. Like with my other splitting frog that I made from Snuggle Beans Crochet, I did also weight this plushie as well, so he's adorable. I did take him down to the collective. He's still there at the moment, but I'm more than happy to bring him home if he does not sell in this next week. So that was a pretty big make for that week of Crochet Roulette. And then I followed it up again the following week where we had our theme of rainbow and birds. And for that one, I made this adorable toucan. This is a pattern by Hugurumi Toys. It does actually come with a little hat as well and a couple of flowers, but to be honest, I was just very, very happy with him or her as it was. I just didn't even think, it would have been cute with a hat, but I just didn't think it needed it, to be honest. Absolutely love, love, love him. I used Zaddy Crafts, a really good chenille for all of the colours. What else? I think I used a 5mm hook for that one, perhaps a 5.5. The eyes, you can see there, these were ones that were kindly gifted to me by Quinn at Cat Cake Crochet a couple of years ago, and I just hadn't had the project, I guess, for them. But they're pink, they've got little flowers, and I just think they're perfect. I really enjoyed this make. Great pattern. I have nothing but good things to say about the pattern. It did take a little while, but I just think it's so sweet. I don't have her listed or anything yet, but she might, I think, maybe go into my Etsy store. So absolutely love, love, love. And I had seen a few other people. I feel like maybe Robin, did you make this one? Robin at Notting Hook Crochet. I'm sure someone else did as well, but I just couldn't resist it, and it fit in perfectly well with the theme for that week of Crochet Roulette. So that one was done. I will leave my week 9 make for Crochet Roulette. I'll leave it till the end because then we'll go into the video of the makes that have been sent to me. And so now I will just show you the other things that I've finished in the last week or so. Okay, now firstly, I don't have this one to show you in person because as soon as I posted a picture, my sister wanted to buy it, and she had already wanted to buy the first one that I made. Now this is the cow snuggler. It's the Highland cow, so it's Graham, the cow snuggler, and it's by Crochet by Beck. I did pattern test this for her, and I really, really enjoyed making the first one. So I decided to make a second with the thought that it would go to the collective or in my Etsy store, but I didn't even get a chance to because my sister wanted it. So they have both gone to her. I did them both in Premier Basics chenille with the second one, so the one that's done in rust. I accidentally missed a couple of rounds off the legs, but it doesn't matter. He was still really, really cute anyway. But again, a really fairly quick pattern, actually, a fairly quick pattern. So I really enjoyed it, and my sister absolutely is besotted with them. So she just needs to keep them away from her dog so that she doesn't rip them apart. Now the next makes, I have them all here to show you. These ones, not terribly exciting, although they are super cute. The leggy frogs, love them or hate them. This is one thing that has always done extremely well for me down at the collective. Now, although the collective, my time there is coming to a close, as I said, it's a very real possibility that I'm going to be able to be in another lovely store. So I'm just getting a little bit ahead and making quite a few. So I did 3 small ones. This is the Not Jaded Co pattern. These are all in Zaddy Crafts, various shades of green. The cranky ones always attract people, and I think that's why they've done so well, just with adding the little eyebrows and the very straight mouth here. I do take a few rounds off between the eyes and the arms, and also the arms and the legs, just to make it a little bit quicker, and it's still very, very cute. So 3 small ones. and 3 larger, all done in various shades of green. This, I can't recall what yarn this is, but it turned out really well. This is a spotlight yarn, and this is a Porter Crafts yarn. It's not a fabulous yarn, but it's okay, and I actually really like the colour. So 3 of those, so 6 frogs in total. Then I've been buying a lot of patterns. Recently it was the Crochet Grove ones, and a few days ago I went a bit nuts and bought quite a few of the Oak and Marlow patterns. Now I've had the Mabel chicken pattern for a long time. I think most of us have made a Mabel chicken in our time. But I've also made Beth the bunny. But I really wanted to get the Pets one, and so I bought the Pets bundle, and I bought I think it's bedtime accessories. I can't really recall right now, but I also bought the bird one. So we've got the chicken. Absolutely love it. Now, because it's possible that a young person might have this, I didn't want to do safety eyes, so I gave it some embroidery eyes, and they turned out okay. When you have embroidery eyes, though, I do think it makes it a little bit more difficult with the shaping of the head, and so I've done my best. I do think it looks okay, but I gave it the tail. I really like the feet. I love the shape. I love how they're done. I used the yarn that I just wound up, actually. This is chenille from Yarn Over, Yarn Under. It's an Australian brand. What I'm finding is that some colours are softer than others. This is really quite soft, and for me, it worked really well because the feet can be a little bit tricky. I know Robin spoke about it in her video, but this yarn actually worked quite well for the legs and the feet, so I was really happy with that. The white isn't as soft, but it still was okay. I really want to make the mallard as well, and I'll get to that in time, but I made that one. And then I believe after that I went on to the cat from the pet bundle. Here we go. Oh, look, I don't know if I'm overly fussed on the dressing gown and the sleeping mask. I wanted to do it at least once. And I don't mind it, but I just don't know that I love it. So I really like the cat. I really like the yarn that I used for this one. Now this is some of the orange, I believe, Burnout Mystical from Spotlight in the Millens. And the contrast colour is actually another one of the Yarn Over, Yarn Under colours. It was a little bit stiffer than this one, but it was okay. And it did work well in conjunction with the Burnout Mystical. I believe I used a 6.5mm hook. I did put safety eyes in this one, and I did the shaping as best as I can. I feel like that's something I'm not great at, but I'll keep trying. Anyway, I do think it turned out rather sweet. And I'm keen to make Marley the dog as well. And I think I'll make some even without accessories and see if they do okay without having accessories. But anyway, it turned out well. The last things that I made from an Oak and Marlow pattern was the mini Mabel chickens in nests. Now I don't have these with me because I did take them down to the collective, but talk about a very, very, very quick make and really, really cute as well. So I did 5, I believe, in just various colours. I used faux fur for the little combs, and they turned out well. I do have the pattern for the Mabel the chicken nest, so as well as the mini Mabel eggs. So the next time I make mini Mabels, I think I might make the eggs for them as opposed to the nests and see how they turn out. But yeah, I just feel like making some Mabel chickens, so we'll get to that. Okay, sorry, I have a buttermint just for my throat. Now, getting close to the end of the makes. It's been a long time since I've made a Della Duck. It's a Shop Mod Threads pattern, and I had the pattern for the baby Della. I've had it for a long time, just never made it, and for some reason I decided to make it in the mallard version because I had all the colours. So it's very small, it's really small, so it's about the size of a water bottle. We've got various types of yarn here. We've got the yarn over, yarn under for the feet, and as well as the browns actually. And we've got Premier Basics chenille for the head, and just some DK acrylic that I had in my stash for the headband there. I've embroidered the eyes, given that it will likely go to a baby. My granddaughter might even end up with this, we'll see. So I do think it turned out rather sweet. So, but I just can't believe how little it is. And then finally, aside from the Crochet Roulette make, I bought another pattern. This is a dragon pattern by Beck Made Studio. Now, I'm pretty sure Robin had made something from Beck Made Studio, which led me to going and looking at her Etsy store. And the dragon pattern, it's a Sir Pebbles dragon. It just spoke to me. I just thought it was really cute, and so I bought that pattern. I believe there was a sale, so it was a little under $5, I think. So I made a couple of little Sir Pebbles dragons. They're a really good size. My voice is starting to fail me. They're a really good size. I love the wings. You can choose to either sew them on or crochet them into the round. I chose to sew them on. I also, the first one I made, which was the green, I made the horns as per pattern, but I thought it might be quicker to just add them at the end using surface crochet. So that's what I did the second time around. I still don't know that I will do them that way. I might even try bobbles or puff stitches or something, but for now they're okay. It's quite a quick pattern. Once you know, the wings take hardly any time at all, and then you're just making it front to back. I had to adjust my bobbles ever so slightly, but you know, like most patterns, due to tension, you sometimes have to do that. I've used Zaddy Crafts, a really good chenille for both of these, and I did yarn over for these ones, and I used a 5mm hook. But I really, really like them. I think, you know, they would look really cute just made in lots of different colours. I've also got one, just started actually, one on the hook in the Aldi baby, the striped baby yarn. So I've done the 2 wings and I have started with the little head, but I'm loving that pattern. I really, really am. So that was another great purchase. And that brings us to my make for Crochet Roulette. Week 9, our theme was purple and, sorry, our colour was purple. Our theme was a free pattern. So obviously there are so many free patterns out there, but to be honest, I didn't have much time. We had, my granddaughter has been in hospital this week and we've been helping out with my grandson. There's just been a lot happening. And so I just wanted to do something very quick. So I did Tina the Tiny Dragon. This is a free pattern by Dr. Choco. I think that's how you say it. It does also come with a pattern for a little swing, but time-wise, I just didn't really have the time. So I've just left it as a little dragon. I quite enjoyed the pattern. My ears were sticking up and looking a little bit weird, so I have tacked them down a little bit. But I don't think I really had to make any adjustments. I kind of like it. I'm not sure how much I would charge for this. I would say at least 15, thinking about what I get for other makes of a similar size. But again, you could go crazy with the colours. This is in, as per usual, Zaddy Crafts, a really good chenille, but I like it. It was quick and I got it done. So that leads us into a very short little slideshow of the makes that I've been tagged in for this week. I'm not going to show the week that I missed because other than, I believe it was Tess emails me her photos, so I will show her week 8 and 9. Other than that, everyone else's have been shown in Tracy's video, I believe. So I'm not going to, in an effort to just not make this super long, I'm just going to show the week 9. And then we've only got 1 week left. So our final round, week 10, is, our theme is protective cover and the colour is striped. So it's really open to interpretation for this one. Think outside the box. A lot of people are thinking outside the box. So I am yet to decide what I'm going to do, but it has been a fun challenge. And I know if you follow Tracy at Travel Crochet, you probably would have seen that she's going to continue on from this, do a bit of a similar, just on her own, without the rest of us collaborators. She's just going to continue because a lot of people did enjoy the community vibe and having some guidance as to what to make each week. So make sure you're following along with Tracy if you've enjoyed this challenge. But let's look at the makes and then we'll come back and we'll wrap up this video. Again, such creativity out there. I really love seeing what everyone has been making, and it's been, as I said, it's been a really fun challenge to be a part of. So thank you, Tracy. Now, so next week, striped protective cover. If you want to get involved, go for it. And that brings me to the end of the video. Sorry, I feel like it's been a little bit all over the place. I hope I haven't been too hard to hear, but I just can't get much else out at the moment. In all this time, I did also squeeze in a lovely little lunch catch up with Sam from Sam's Crochet Spot over on Instagram. She used to be Floss Crochet, and I think she was something else before that. She keeps changing her name, so I've told her to just cool it for a while. But anyway, we had a really lovely catch up. Thank you, Sam, and look forward to doing it again when we can manage it. But thank you if you've hung in there this long. I really, really do appreciate it. The algorithm is going to hate me for not being on here for 3 weeks. So please, if you don't mind liking this video, dropping a comment, whatever, just to let YouTube know that people are actually watching. So, but thank you for being here. Thanks for being patient while I recovered. As I said, I am going on a cruise next week. So there will be no video next Sunday. And hopefully I will be able to manage to have something to put out for you the following Sunday. So anyway, I've got to give my voice a break because, yeah, I don't want to go backwards. I really don't want to go backwards. But thank you for being here. And I hope to see you really, really soon. Bye for now.